Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Pratik Singh Classes. In this video, we will study about the 12th Physics Volume 1 Unit 2 Section 2.2.1 Resistivity. Okay, here we will try to understand the term resistance and resistivity, then conductivity. Okay, then how are they correlated to each other? We will try to understand these terms in microscopic level. Fine, this term is going to be very interesting, and also this topic is too much related to the previous topics of unit 2 which we have seen till now. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe it now. Do like and share it to your friends so that everybody should get benefits from my knowledge. Please hit the bell icon so that whenever I will upload a new video, you will get its instant notification. Okay, so let us start our today's class. The topic is resistivity. Alright, so in our previous classes we have studied about microscopic model of current, and then we have seen about Ohm's law. Okay, now this topic section 2.2.1 resistivity is too much related to Ohm's law, and further its explanation will be related to the previous topics which we have studied till now in second unit. Fine, let us start. In the previous section, we have seen that the resistance of any conductor is given by R is equal to L into sigma A. Okay, so please remember the terms given here. What is the meaning of L? What is sigma? What is A? R is the resistance here, where sigma is called the conductivity of the material, and it depends only on the type of the material used and not on its dimension. Means different type of material will have different value of sigma, that is called as its conductivity. Okay, it doesn't depend on what is the shape, size or cross sectional area of the given material. Okay, fine, then L is the length of the conductor and A is the cross sectional area here. The resistivity of a material is equal to the reciprocal of its conductivity. Okay, that is, we can say that resistance and conductance are reciprocal of each other, or resistivity and conductivity are reciprocal of each other. So we can write here that rho is equal to 1 by sigma. Okay, now we can rewrite equation 2.18, that is R is equal to L by sigma A, using equation 2.19 in following form. Okay, like this, that R is equal to rho into L by A. Fine, that is resistance is equal to conductance into length of the conductor divided by cross sectional area of the given conductor. The resistance of a material is directly proportional to the length of the conductor and inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the conductor as given in equation 2.20. Let me delete these things so that you can visualize it very clearly. Just a moment. Okay, fine. So here you can see that R is equal to rho into L by A. Okay, so this equation can be written in this following form. If you remove the sign of equality, you have to give their sign of proportionality. Okay, as just opposite of what we have done till now. Okay, so it will be written as R is directly proportional to length of the given conducting material, and also we can write that resistance R is inversely proportional to the given cross sectional area A, or this term is called as inversely proportional. You can also write this as R is inversely proportional to the given cross sectional area A, or you can also read this as R is directly proportional to 1 by cross sectional area. All these three terms means the same. Okay, moving forward, the proportionality constant rho is called as the resistivity of the material, and please mind it that this is dependent on different material. Okay, that means if you change the material, its resistivity will change. Okay, it doesn't depend upon the dimensions of the given material. Okay, something very important given here, that is what is really the meaning of electrical resistivity. Fine, if suppose length of the given conducting material is 1 meter and its area is 1 meter square, then we can define resistance R as equal to rho. That means if these condition that is given here, 1 minute. All right, if this condition that L is equal to 1 meter and A is equal to 1 meter square is satisfied, then the resistance of the given material is equal to its resistivity. Fine. In other words, the electrical resistivity of a material is defined as the resistance offered to current flow by a conductor of unit length having unit area of cross section. Okay, that means if suppose you have a conductor of unit length, that means one unit of its length, okay, and also its area is 1 unit square. In that situation, the resistance given by the material of the conductor to the flow of electric current is called its resistivity. Okay, SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. That means resistance in 1 meter is called as the electrical resistivity. Okay, based on the resistivity, materials are classified as conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Okay, you have studied or might haven't, okay, till now, that the materials based on the conductance of electricity are defined in three different types. Okay, that is conductor, insulator and semiconductor. Okay, conductors are those materials which offer current to pass through it. Insulators are those materials which do not allow current to pass through it, and semiconductors are those materials which allow very less amount of current to pass through them in some certain conditions. Okay, but in actual, when you will study, when you will go in higher classes, you will learn there that in this universe there is nothing called as insulator. The only thing is that as we change the material, the resistance varies. Okay, for different material we have different resistance value, and sometimes in some materials the resistance becomes so high that the amount of flow of current through it becomes negligible, or we cannot gain any kind of work from those amount of current passing through it. So those type of materials are called as insulators. So I hope you have learned something new here. Fine. So now coming to the book portion, what is given here, let us see. The conductors have lowest resistivity, means higher conductance or lower resistance, it will be a conductor. Insulators have very high resistance, and semiconductors are those materials whose resistivities are greater than the conductors but lesser than insulators. That means they will allow the current to pass through them but lesser than that of conductors. The typical resistivity values of some of the conductors and insulators and semiconductors are given below in table 2.1. Always remember that if for any material resistance will be higher, conductance will be lower and vice versa. So now let us see once table 2.1, what are things given there. Okay, so let us see table 2.1, what are the things given here. This row is for materials and this is for its resistivity. Okay, it is mentioned here at 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, why? Because when we change the temperature, the resistivity of same material will be different. Okay, means at different temperature the resistivity varies, but it is very slight. Fine. For pure water, resistivity is 2.5 into 10 to the power 5, means high, very high resistance. That is why pure water is also called as bad conductor of electricity. Okay, then glass 10 to the power 10 to 10 to the power 14 ohm meter. Okay, then hard rubber, sodium chloride 10 to the power 14. See, sodium chloride in its ionic form or solid form, it is bad conductor of electricity, but if it is dissolved in water, it becomes good conductor of electricity, because in that situation sodium chloride dissipates as Na plus and Cl minus, and because of that huge amount of charges are available, and so it becomes very good conductor of electricity. Okay, so let me see once again that pure water is a bad conductor of electricity, but if just a pinch of salt is added in pure water, the water sugar solution will become a good conductor of electricity because of high amount of charges available in that situation. Okay, then fused quartz 10 to the power 16, very high resistivity. Okay, and then here comes semiconductors. As you can see here, the resistivity of semiconductors are in between conductors and non-conductors. Okay, Fine. Then for germanium, it is just 0.46 ohm meter, okay, and silicon 640 ohm meter, okay. These are called as semi metals, as you will study in standard 12th chemistry. Fine. And then there comes conductor. Okay, you know very well that silver is a very good conductor of electricity. Okay, that is why the components made of silver are used in very high precision electronic gadgets like laptops, desktop, mobile phones, okay, and supercomputers like that. Okay, then you can see here copper, which we use in our day-to-day life in our home appliances, okay, aluminum, tungsten, and iron. Okay, fine. So uh, you might have understood what is the meaning of resistivity and conductivity, then what is the relationship between resistivity and conductivity. Okay, in our next video, we will study about section 2.2.2, that is resistors in series and parallel. You already have studied this in class 9th and 10th, but here we will study this in microscopic level and also try to find out different terms which is given only in class 12th, okay, not given in your previous classes, but the terms which we'll study here, okay, is already just based on what you have studied in class 9th and 10th. Fine. So till next video, take care of yourself. Bye bye.